It is recording on everything. Good for you. I can't drink the pineapple ones anymore. I'm intolerant to pineapple.
I'm kind of obsessed with them.
A bummer. They're delicious. I understand why you're obsessed with them.
But they're so expensive.
Mm-hmm. And all you get is 4.
So expensive. 4? Oh,
yeah.
I buy the mix pack.
Well, I can't buy the mix pack because there's no point in buying the mix pack because the 2 would be pineapple and I can't drink the 2 pineapple, so I buy the 4.
Yeah, they're
expensive. That's how maths works.
Well, I was trying to see what was the better price if you did the 4-pack or the mix pack, but it's the same price.
No, it's not the same price.
Well, I mean, like, it's the same price per can.
Yes.
At least where I bought
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Well, so it was 8 cans for $20. So, like, what? That's so crazy.
That's what happens when something's good, you know? They have the demand, so they can place whatever price tag they want on it because they know that dumbasses like us are going to buy it, even though we don't have the money to. And these dumbasses would be Ricky.
I'm Jake.
You're listening to 20-somethings doing nothing.
I need to get a ring light.
I thought you had one.
Well, I have a light, but it's not a ring light, and it just doesn't make me look good.
Oh, are you saying that, like, my face glows? Like, I look good right now with my ring light?
I'm just saying you look better than I do.
That's not hard to do.
So I'm not saying you look good. I'm just saying you don't look bad.
Thank you so much. I really needed that today. I had another really rough day.
Why?
Because nothing seems to be working for me lately, and I don't really understand what's going on because Mercury is not in retrograde, but yet all of these inconveniences keep consistently happening to me all the fucking time.
I think it's not Mercury in retrograde. It's just 2020 in 2020.
Well, it's been like everything that could have happened spread out throughout 2020 all just happened to me within the last week, though. It's just right now that this is happening.
Well, you also like had a rough year before this.
I mean, yeah,
like,
I lost
you
my
got
job.
laid off. That was kind of a big deal. And then
Yeah.
like had to move back across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So like what happened this week?
I see your point.
Yeah.
This week has just been like a lot. It's been, instead of one big situation happening or one really big inconvenience, it's so many little inconveniences sprinkled throughout my day every day for the last week, which is almost worse in a way because it won't stop. Like instead of just doing one big like universe saying, fuck you, Ricky, instead it's like consistently being like, I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. And just doing little things that all add up in the end.
Damn.
It's very annoying.
Well, let me tell you, we got 9 days left or 10 days left. 10 days? 10 days.
I have a question. What do you plan on doing to make your 2021 better than your 2020? Because everybody keeps thinking that 2021 is going to be so much better.
I know. We talked about this last week.
So what are you going to do, though? Like, do you have something in mind that you plan on doing to make your 2021 better than your 2020?
No, I just think that, well, first of all, I didn't have that bad of a 2020. I was very fortunate where, like, everybody in my life has been healthy. Well, I have some friends that have coronavirus, but, like, nobody's had it really bad. And I'm still employed. Like, the worst for me was I had to quarantine and, like, boo-hoo.
Yeah, fuck you.
Right. So, like, 2020 wasn't, I mean, 2020 just sucked in general, but it wasn't like I had the worst year ever.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'm just hoping that the world fixes itself in 2021 so that I can start doing the things that I used to like doing before.
Ah, yes, I see. What is the first thing that you're going to do once it's deemed safe that we can, like, live life how we used to again?
Eat indoors.
Really? Mine is I'm definitely going traveling. I'm traveling somewhere. I have to. I have the itch. I'm bugging out. I need to go somewhere this year. The worst part about losing my job right now is that I lost my job during a time where I couldn't travel. Like, all I would have done then is just traveled everywhere. I would have spent my last dime that I have saved up to just finally travel because I had the time to. Because prior to that, the only time that I'd be able to travel would just be to come home. Like, all my vacation days were spent coming home, so I couldn't really go anywhere or explore anywhere new. Exactly. So the only thing that I could have done that would have made me happy after losing my job was like travel, and I couldn't do that.
So now the world's like, fuck you, you're gonna lose your job and not be happy. Not be able to do anything that makes you happy.
Exactly. So I think I need to get on a freaking plane and go somewhere far away and experience traveling again.
gonna say get on a plane, but I still don't like the idea of getting on a plane right now. I mean, obviously not right now.
I've been
But,
on
like,
a plane
you've
3
done
times already, and it's really not that bad.
See, I didn't like planes before the pandemic, though. I was always one of the crazy people that would clean the tray with a
I
Lysol
never
wipe.
did.
Yeah. 'Cause
I also
they're
eat food off the
disgusting.
ground, though, so, like...
Yeah, well, so do I, but you got to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't be crazy about everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't wait to be in an airport again. You know, like I miss like buying coffee at an airport and sitting at my gate way too early. Like I would get to the airport way too early.
Wow,
and
this
I
says a
would just
lot
get
about
coffee.
us.
Yeah.
Because
This is why you and I can never travel, just the two of us.
you would get there way too early and get a coffee. I'm sprinting before they close the door to the plane. And if
I
I
can't
do
do that.
get there early enough, I'm ordering myself a cocktail. I am not getting coffee. It is cocktails all the way.
I don't know why. I always just get coffee in the airport. Although sometimes, so when I would travel with the morning show, I would always travel really early for some reason. And I would always get there in time to have breakfast. Like every single time. And
I
it
was
was
just
great.
about to say that we did travel because of the dysfunctional family vacation in Miami, but
Miami?
you came before we came.
Yeah.
So
I
we
went,
didn't
like,
travel together.
Right. Well, the thing is, the stress of that you're talking about of having to run to your gate, I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I've never done that because I always leave myself enough time because the thought of missing a flight, like, just gives me way too much anxiety. So I always make sure that I'm there way too early.
It's not that bad when you miss a flight. They normally really coordinate everything with you, and it's just kind of like, well, whatever. I'm going to be here for a few hours. I've only missed
Right,
2,
then-
though.
Then you end up waiting around for longer than you would have if you would have just gotten to the airport early.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not very good at timing things, and that's not my fault. It's just the way that I am, and God made me this way in his image, okay? So let me
So-
live.
Maybe we should travel together then because I'll make sure that you don't miss the flight. But
Maybe we
I've
can
said this
balance each other.
Right. I've said this before. I don't know when, but you know how sometimes when the flight is booked or like full, they're like, "Hey, does anybody want to give your seat up and we'll give you a travel voucher?"
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah, I want that to happen to me so badly.
Never happens to me. I even put in that like I would do the travel voucher.
Same.
I always put it in if it's like a trip that I don't really care if I get there at that specific time. And I never get picked. It's so fucked up.
Well, every time it happened to me, it was when I was traveling for work and couldn't do it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but whatever. This is nice to talk about what we would do when we would travel. It kind of like brings me back to the good times.
Yeah, you're all smiley.
I haven't been on a plane since January.
That makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah, because it got really bad around March where they stopped saying that you should fly.
Which is nuts because in 2019, I was on a plane like 16 or 17 times, I think.
Yeah.
And this year I've been on a plane twice.
Shit changes at the drop of a dime, my friend. You never know what's going to happen.
So after I eat indoors, I will get on a plane.
I'm going to get on a plane to go somewhere to then eat indoors at the place that I'm going to. So it's kind of like all in one.
Right. I was thinking I could combine it because I could go eat in the airport. And then
Yeah.
get on the plane and then go somewhere.
And eating in the airport is like the ultimate eating indoors because there are so many people around you in the airport.
My dad calls me the other day and he goes, "What are you doing next November?" And I was like, I don't know. He's like, "Let's go on vacation." And I was like, okay.
Oh, well, fan
They're like,
vacay.
I think the fact is they are seeing like that the vaccine's coming out and that the world is hopefully getting its shit together soon. So they're like, so they haven't done anything. Like my parents have been doing nothing. Like they don't go to the grocery store. They pick up their groceries. They've been like the carefulest humans I've ever met in my entire life. So I think they're finally going so beyond insane that they just like need something to look forward to. So that's why they want to book a trip somewhere. But I'm like,
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, when's the last time you went on vacation with your parents?
well, that's a whole nother topic.
How did it go? It seems like it may not have gone so well based on your response.
It's great. My family's a lot of fun, and I love traveling with them. But now I only have like a certain amount of vacation time with my job, you know? So
Okay.
it's like I got to spend it very wisely. No, but I do want to go on vacation with them. They're a lot of fun, and like it's usually just my parents and my sister and I recently, like over the last few years, time we've gone anywhere. Because my brother and sister-in-law and the kids, it's like a whole nother battle trying to
I
get
can't
them
imagine traveling with kids.
No, I haven't done it. They've never come on a trip with us. So that would be nice if we get them all. I just wish that I was rich enough to be like, hey, I bought us all a vacation and we're going here.
Pull a Kim Kardashian.
Right, but not that crazy. Like, what if I was just like, hey, I bought us all a flight to Miami and we're going to go stay for a long weekend?
Yeah, something, anything.
Right? But like,
one day, Jake Ferd, one day.
One day. I'm working on it.
All right, well, I want to hear about this crazy adulting item that everybody's obsessed with that you're clearly upset about. Like, are you upset that they're obsessed with it?
No,
I don't know
just
how
don't
to
understand.
take what you're saying to me. Like, I don't know if you're mad about it or if you're confused or what's going on.
I'm kind of mad about it, and I don't know why. That happened last week.
You
what was I
seemed
mad
about it. Like, you seemed very upset that people were obsessed with this invention or whatever it is.
Okay, so it is an invention. So I don't remember when, there was a point in time when we were talking about pillows. Remember?
Yes.
And I was talking about how obsessed everyone was with their pillow. People are passionate about pillows.
I got mad at you because you asked everyone to be passionate about their pillows and then you didn't buy any pillows. You just left it there.
We discovered
Rude.
that you really need a new pillow. Have you bought one?
Oh my God, so bad. No, I'm hoping that I get some for Christmas.
God. I hope somebody in your family listens to this podcast and knows that you need a pillow.
I really need pillows.
Oh God.
Please, anyone.
Anyway, so yesterday I discovered the next item that people are super passionate about. Slow cookers.
Oh, I love my slow cooker.
Right? Everyone, see how excited you got there? That's how passionate people are about slow cookers, and I don't understand what it is about this slow cooker trend that everyone is obsessed with.
Oh my God, I can tell you right now.
Please.
It's the easiest fucking thing to make a nice dinner for yourself that you don't even have to think about it. You're not sitting at the stove stirring things or putting things together. You're literally just chopping up stuff, throwing it in the slow cooker, putting a timer on, and then you come home from work and it's miraculously done. You just sit down and eat. It's fucking phenomenal. And you can make like anything in there.
Well, two things. One, I'm afraid to leave my house with it on because my apartment is like 7,000 years old and, whatever. Two, I used it for the first time yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever. I don't know. I made chicken and broccoli.
Okay. Did it not come out good?
It was just chicken and broccoli. There was nothing special about it, and I put it in there for fucking 5 hours. I'm like, why did I just spend 5 hours putting this thing in the thing, and then it was nothing special?
Okay, well, you're not making like a really exciting dish either. Like chicken and broccoli is just call your freaking Chinese store down the street and ask them for chicken and broccoli. That's easier than doing the slow cooker. So, but I will send you recipes for you to try in the slow cooker that are actually really good. Like I swear to God, like legit ass recipes that you can make. And if you still hate the slow cooker, then there's something wrong with you.
Well, I laugh because that's what everyone's thing was. Everyone's like, "Oh, let me send you my recipe." Like everybody's obsessed with their slow cooker. So many things you can make in
it. You can make so many things inside of it.
Okay, so
it's magical.
The top things that people told me I should make is soup, stew, chili, or some sort of like beef or pork thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Apparently, chicken is not the. Oh God! Excuse me.
Ew.
Can you hear that?
Gross.
Apparently
Party
chicken
foul.
is not the thing to go in the slow cooker, which like I totally agree. It was just like I could have put that in whatever and it would have been done in a quarter of the time.
So I'm going to tell you something right now. Really easy recipe for you to try. You have a Trader Joe's by you that you go to, right?
My favorite store in the world. That's not true, but it's great.
Do you like pot roast?
Okay. I've never had pot roast.
Okay, so try it in the slow cooker. Go to Trader Joe's, though, and they have a Cabernet marinated pot roast. Like, it's already marinated and everything, right? Buy some carrots from Trader Joe's and some little potatoes from Trader Joe's. Literally, you throw the potatoes, the carrots, and that pot roast in that slow cooker. Phenomenal.
That's it? 3 ingredients?
It's 3 ingredients, and you just kick that bad boy on for 5 hours. You come home, and it's fucking delicious.
Do you eat anything on the side with it, like rice or pasta or something?
Well, the potatoes and the carrots are the side.
Oh, potatoes.
Yeah, so it's like little tiny potatoes and carrots. So you already have literally your main dish and your sides done in the slow cooker. Don't have to worry about shit.
So clearly I did it wrong because I made mine with rice, but I had to make the rice separately, and then it was just a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jake Ford, you're supposed to. The idea of a slow cooker is you throw everything that you're gonna make inside of it, and then you just don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, I did it wrong, but I'm
did it
excited.
so
I will try your pot roast, and then I also want to make a chicken soup because I originally bought all the stuff to make chicken soup, and this is what gave me the idea. And then I didn't make it in time, so half the ingredients went bad.
I hate when I do that. I over plan and I buy all these things of all these things I'm gonna make, and then throughout the week I have days where I'm like, I don't fucking want to do shit. Like I don't want to do anything. All I want is an easy dinner, so I'm gonna make pasta. I'm not gonna make this elaborate dish. Like I don't want anything to do with it, and then it goes bad, and then I'm like, fuck, I just wasted like $60.
I know, that's what I say. So Yuritsa is really good at that, apparently. I was talking to her about this, and she's like, she only buys the things that she's gonna cook.
Yeah.
And so you don't waste anything. And I was like, that's great, because the amount of stuff that I throw away, unfortunately, is like too much. But I've been better about that recently, except for my chicken soup.
Well, I hope you get to make chicken soup some other time after the pot roast. Try the pot roast first. And then I think you're really, I just literally spit a bubble. And I know that you can't see that on the screen, but I just literally made a bubble with my mouth. That was fucking cool. But make the pot roast first. And if you come back to me and you say, I fucking hate this thing still, I don't know what to say to you.
Okay, I will make this pot roast. But what is pot roast? Is it like pork?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Actually, no, I think it's just, it's just beef. I think it's like beef shoulder, like pork shoulder maybe? I don't know. Hold on, let me look it up.
Pork shoulder or beef shoulder? Either way, everyone said that pork and beef is the best thing to put in it.
Well, because like when you make it in the slow cooker, you literally can it comes apart so easy. Like it's just like butter.
Yeah, mine just was not. But okay, so the crazy thing about this. Sorry.
So it says that pot roast is a beef dish, obviously. It says it's tougher cuts. Well, I said pork or beef. It was 50-50, all right?
Not obviously.
Says it's tougher cuts, such as chuck steak, bottom round, short ribs, and 7-bone roast that are preferred for that kind of meat.
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds great.
It's fucking delicious. That's literally all that matters. And like I said, if you buy the one from Trader Joe's, it's already marinated, so you don't have to marinate it or anything. It's fucking easy as hell. You're going to love it. Trust me on this.
That's my kind of party. Easy as hell. Because who the hell wants to spend... Okay, let me tell you, I will never be a chef. Like, in my entire life, being a chef will just not... The prep and the little things that go into the sauces and the little tiny things that make such a big difference, I just don't care. I just don't.
So the other day, because I've been cooking a lot since I have all these intolerances now, and I've been really focusing on what I'm eating, so I cook a lot now, and I never would cook. I literally hate cooking. I don't enjoy it. So the other day, my mom was like, wow, you're becoming like quite the little chef. And then she was like, are you going to make me things? And I'm like, no, because I don't actually enjoy cooking. Like, there's no part of cooking that I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun for me. Like, let me try this. Let me try that. Like, none of that is enjoyable. I just literally cook to eat. That's it.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I wish I loved it. I just don't.
There's some things that I enjoy making. For example, guacamole.
You always say that you
day.
make great guacamole, and you've yet to make me this fucking guac that you speak so highly of.
Well, clearly we're not real friends if I've never made you guacamole.
And like guac is my favorite thing ever, so I really don't understand what your fucking deal is.
All right, we're going to have to make this happen like 2021 for sure.
I want a massive bowl of guac, like a bowl the size of my head. Like we should do that thing that everyone's doing on TikTok where they make the massive nacho thing on their whole like table.
Table nachos?
Yes.
That sounds great.
Okay, done deal. That will be our first reuniting moment. We'll make table nachos.
Large nachos, but we're going to need humans.
Oh, you mean you don't think just us can eat an entire table of nachos? Because I think we can.
I guess we can.
Let's see how long it would take the two of us to eat an entire table of nachos.
Without throwing up.
And we'll record it and see how long it fucking takes.
First one to not barf wins.
Yes! I think a lot of people would watch this.
I think we could
do this.
legitimately eat a whole table of nachos.
I think we can too, or at least a very significant amount of it.
Okay. We need to get these people as a sponsor because it's so good. These high
I don't
noons.
think that they would sponsor us.
Why not? We're great people, and we're promoting how great they are.
Yeah, but like they don't really need the promotion. It's kind of like how Drake doesn't do interview. Oh my goodness.
Just died a little
Did
bit.
the nooner almost kill you?
Yeah. Went down the wrong pipe. Isn't that weird how that's
you
a thing?
okay?
I'm good.
Oh man. Be careful
So-
with those.
Thanks. I saw that this poll that we posted on Twitter last week.
Oh, yes. I'm
About-
infuriated about it.
Yeah, I don't understand our followers like at all. I'm kind of mad and want to block everyone.
So we put up a poll that said, now that everything's virtual, should kids still have snow days? Or should they just do a virtual class because they can now? And out of the poll, 30% of you motherfuckers voted that kids shouldn't have snow days and that they should just do a virtual day of school, which
Do
I
you
think is evil.
Do you think those 30% of people are parents who like need their children to have some sort of entertainment?
I didn't think about that. They probably were all parents.
Well, even
I
if
just
you are
think
parents,
it's fucked up.
it is fucked up. Because think about when you were a child and when you had snow days, and how excited you were.
Oh my
It's
god!
so
I
exciting.
looked forward to. You remember doing like the dances and putting the spoons under your pillow and stuff.
Yes.
Before you went to bed.
I put a spoon under my pillow and posted it on my Instagram story whenever we had that big storm last week. And some people were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I
What?
doing? Did you not do this when you were a child to make
Summoning
the snow come?"
the snow gods, obviously.
What else was it? You put your pajamas inside out.
Yeah, there was like a dance too that I remember was a thing.
Oh, I never did a dance.
There was like a dance, and I think it was like maybe just my weird friends in school because you have to remember I went to Christian and Catholic school. They were a little fucking weird there, so all of us were not well people.
Well, I went to public school. It doesn't get much weirder than that.
Debatable. But it was so important that we had snow days, and I honestly think that because of the pandemic and the way that everything's going with kids being virtual, that's hard on the kids too. So like they should still have one sense of normalcy in their life. You know what I mean? Everything's so weird for them. And I think people forget that kids really know what's going on. Like they don't just not have any clue. You know, they're wearing masks every day. They know this is a big deal. Their whole way of life has changed. They can't go do play dates with their friends. They can't go to school. They can't do any of the extracurricular activities that they would normally do. So everything's changed. Give them that one piece of normalcy where they could still have a snow day and they're not like in school while it's snowing and they just want to be outside.
Do you remember the feeling of waking up on a school day and learning that morning that you don't have to go to school?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like
It was a freaking celebration up in my house.
What is better than that feeling?
Oh, so good when you like, because we would always get phone calls since we were a small school. So they would send a phone call alert out to everybody's parents. So they would get it in the morning. And I remember like my mom would just come in and she's like, snow day. And I'm like, fuck yes. Go back to bed.
Exactly.
And then you wake
it was
up
the
when you want to
best.
wake up. And then you go outside and you play until you're tired again. And then you drink hot cocoa and you watch movies. Oh, it's just so mean to take that away from kids.
Don't take away the snow days. That's fucked up.
2020 is bad enough, bro. Give the kids their fucking snow.
So when you just said that you would get phone calls, it reminded me that there was this, I forget what channel it was, maybe on like whatever the local news was. They'd have like a little ticker thing
Down
at
the bottom, yeah. That was high
with
school
which
for
schools
me.
were closed and which
Yeah.
schools were open. And then when you saw your school, it's just like, yes!
Hell
It's like
yeah.
the best day ever.
And for me, my town is so small. So like a lot of us could actually walk to each other. So we'd walk to each other in the snow in high school to like
that's
hang out
nice.
and do things. Yeah, because my town's so freaking small. So it was easy to do that. So high school was even fun having a snow day. It was like, oh, I just get a day to hang with my friends and be like a moron all day and play in the snow and drink.
Even when we had snow last week, I woke up and like the whole road was covered and everything. And it gave me that feeling of like, this is a snow day, even though I had to work.
Oh, see, like it's always instilled in us still.
Yeah, and if you take it away, then your kids are going to be fucking miserable their whole lives.
Yeah, agreed. Well, as we're on the topic of things that have changed because of this pandemic
And make you miserable your whole life.
and make you miserable. I don't know if these are going to make you miserable, but I was thinking the other day how there have been so many like inventions since the pandemic started. Random inventions that the pandemic kind of inspired. And I'm curious what you think about them and if you think they're actually going to last past the pandemic.
Okay.
Okay. So number one is hygiene hooks. Like those little hook things that you use to like pull doors open and poke buttons. Like hygiene hooks that are like, you don't touch anything. Thoughts?
Okay, here's my problem with that. Is that when you pull open a door or you touch an elevator button with it, the germs are now on that thing. So then wherever you put that, you're then transferring the germs. Sure, maybe it's better than touching it with your hand, but I still don't think it's a sanitary solution.
So I think it's actually made with like a specific metal or something that's supposed to not contract germs the same way. I'm not 100% positive. Don't quote me on that. But that I remember reading something about it because that was my thought too. It was like, okay, great. So then you have to still wash it just like you would wash your hands. So
well, if that was the
defeats
case,
purpose.
if that's the case where they make ones that are like germ resistant or whatever, I will definitely buy one of those.
Really?
I haven't touched a doorknob since this all started. I mean, I didn't like touching doorknobs beforehand. Like bathroom doors, no fucking way. I never touch a bathroom doorknob.
So if you had it, would you still use it past the pandemic then? Because you said you don't like touching doorknobs anyway.
Yes.
Really? You're not worried about what people are going to think about you when you're at a restaurant and you just have to pull out this little hook thing? And
what am I going to pull out the hook at a restaurant?
Out of your pocket, like going into a restaurant. Like you got to open the door. You're not going to touch the door?
No, well, I do that now. I like pull my shirt up and I use the inside of my shirt.
Oh, you weirdo.
I was the person that would wipe an airplane seat down before the pandemic, so I'm not worried about what other people think.
Okay, you're right.
I mean, it is weird. People stare at you, but like, just whatever. I don't give a shit.
Okay, so maybe hygiene hooks are going to be like, fine, and they'll still stick around after the pandemic for people like you. My other thing, okay, mask lanyards. Those beaded lanyards that they make, or like just regular lanyards that hang your mask.
Well, here's my thing. Like, what? Okay, so I guess they're cool because it makes it hard to like put your mask down and forget about it. But in what situation would you use that?
For your glasses?
What do you mean?
Like other than your mask?
No. Well, okay, so will they stay around after the pandemic? No, because if people aren't wearing masks. But I think there's going to be people forever that wear masks. Like, I think there's going to be people that just like take this as like their new way of life.
So are you saying that you just don't think that people as of right now really use mask lanyards? And that's why you were saying like, when would you actually use that?
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I've seen people use them, but I'm asking you, like, I just don't see a need for it.
Yeah, personally, I wouldn't. I've thought about it on occasion where I've seen cute ones and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Like, it's almost like an accessory to my outfit at this point.
Yeah.
But am I really going to use it? Probably not.
Like, somebody gifted me one and it's really cool and it was like personalized and I like it. And like, I will use it, but like on a regular basis, I just don't see me walking around with a mask lanyard.
Okay. All right.
I just when I take my mask off, okay, here's the other thing though. If I'm in a restaurant, right, I take my mask off and I put it down on the table. That's probably not the most sanitary thing in the world. But do I want the mask hanging around my neck when I'm not wearing it? No, definitely not.
It's so weird because there's no way to be that sanitary about using your mask unless you're just straight up wearing it the whole time.
Right.
Because no matter what, like I take mine off and I put it in my purse. But then when I put it in my purse, then isn't it getting everything else in my purse gross? Like at the end of the day, there's no way to make it so that it's still clean all the time.
But, okay, devil's advocate here. Same thing with your cell phone.
Oh, facts.
Your cell phone's fucking gross, right? And I wipe mine down maybe once every few days. Like, I should be wiping it down a lot more. But there's this thing called phone soap, which is like a UV cleaner for your phone.
I have one.
What?
Where you just stick it in and it's a UV light and it closes on top and it looks like a little book.
Yes.
My mom bought me one for Christmas last year. How weird is that? I was like, God. Did you know something that we all didn't know?
It's amazing. I want one.
Why would you randomly buy that for me?
But the thing is, like, it's great, right? And it's sure it'll make sure your phone's a lot cleaner than mine because I'm only cleaning every few days. Mm-hmm. But even throughout the day, it gets disgusting, right? You like touch something or you like go to the bathroom and whatever, and you touch your phone before you wash your hands. It's disgusting. But the phone soap thing does help, I guess. That's not
Okay.
a quarantine invention, though. That was off topic. Next invention.
Next one is I saw this mask/wallet combo.
What?
Yes, which I feel like completely defeats the purpose of a mask because you don't want it to touch the other things. Like I said, like if you're using your card and you take your card out of the mask and then put it back in the mask, isn't that kind of defeating the purpose? It's like the outside is a wallet.
I gotta look this up.
And I can't remember the name of it, and I looked it up and I couldn't find it. Like I couldn't find the name of it. But
Mask wallet. I know I can't find it.
I tried to find it earlier and I couldn't find it. But I know I saw it somewhere where I was like, that's kind of stupid. Like that doesn't make much sense.
That's one of those things where you're like, oh, that's also my phone just literally never lasts. Like I feel like it's on 10% all the time. The mask wallet is one of those things where it sounds like a great idea, and then you really think about it and you're like, this is fucking dumb. Why would you do that? Okay, another example of mask wallet. Phone case wallet.
I can't do it because if I lose my phone and I lose absolutely everything else, I would be screwed. I'd be devastated. I would literally be like, I don't want to do anything. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
I had one for a while, but the problem with being a guy is that it didn't fit in my pocket. Because like normally I have my wallet in one pocket, my phone in the other pocket, but wallet phone case didn't fit in my pocket.
I'm just not a fan of those. Not my thing. All
right, so mask wallet, that's a no-go.
Okay, next one is those like pool tube table type things that they had at the beginning of quarantine. Do you remember those where it was like you stand in the middle and it looks like a massive inner tube around you and it moves around like a table?
I think
thoughts on that.
1, I love it. 2, I think they'll stay after the pandemic because it's just a novelty item. It's like so funny.
I feel like they would be so fun to do bumper cars with when this is all done, like said and done, and that could be a game, like a drinking game.
Yes.
At a bar.
I'm here for it.
Okay, so we both like pool tube tables.
Yes, pool tube tables.
Love it. Other one is, the Hygiene smart bands, the ones that go around your arm and they vibrate if you keep touching your face.
What?
Oh, yeah. They like vibrate when you're about to touch your face. Because apparently, I think the statistic is that we touch our face 23 times. 23 times, not a day. I don't remember. Too many times that we should not be touching our faces either way. So every time you go to do it, it like vibrates and it knows that you're about to touch your face.
Where do I get this? Because I need one.
Okay, so you really like this.
Yes, because think about it. If you didn't touch your face, the amount of times that you would get sick would be significantly lower.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Right? Because how do you get sick? So you touch something and then you touch your face.
So
or
logically,
you breathe something in. But like
it should last.
Right, it should last. And I need to know where to buy one because I want one.
Well, there's
really
one
badly.
called Good Vibes, and then there's another company called Vitalicy or something like that. I don't know. But they
like
both have
toy.
different ones that you can have. The one just vibrates, and the other one has a full-on face on it, like an Apple Watch, where it says "Good job" when you don't touch your face that much that day and stuff. It like alerts you.
Good Vibes is also a sex toy, apparently.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would associate it with a sex toy right away, not anything else.
I would definitely buy that. But have you seen, or not have you seen? So apparently there's this update with the Apple Watch. I don't know why mine doesn't do it. It will tell you how long you've been washing your hands. Like to make sure that you wash your hands for 30 seconds.
That's fucking smart.
Right?
Those fucking Apple people, man.
30 seconds is a long time. Yeah, also Apple announced today by 2024 they're going to have a self-driving car.
Very cool. I want one.
Taking over the world.
I want one. I hate driving. It's the worst thing ever. That's a whole different topic, though.
That's why I love Tesla.
The next one is
This is great. I love this segment.
I saw online from your boy Casey Neistat. Is that how you say it? Neistat?
Yep.
I follow him because of you, because you love him so much. So now I follow him and I get why you love him so much, because now I love him too. So he had retweeted this guy who created a lever to turn off Zoom because he said that he couldn't end his Zoom fast enough, and that awkward like, all right, yeah, like see you later, okay, and you have to like move your mouse around and then like click end and you're just awkwardly sitting there. So it's this lever that's right next to his desk that he's like, okay, bye, he pulls it down and ends Zoom automatically.
I don't know what it is about those few seconds that are just so
weird.
awkward. Why are they so awkward? This invention is fucking genius, first of all. Because you pull it and Zoom's done right away, right? But why is it so uncomfortably awkward? Because it's like 2 seconds max, maybe, or like 1.
But it feels
2.
like an eternity.
It feels so long.
Like it feels like 30 minutes
awkward.
that you're fumbling and you're like, oh no, I don't know how to turn it off.
Even if it's one of your good friends, it's still super awkward because at that point you have said goodbye. It's like saying goodbye to somebody, walking away, and then realizing that you're going the same direction.
Yes. I know exactly where you're going with that because yes, that's exactly
it's
what
just
it
so
is.
weird. So that invention, that I will get behind 1,000%.
I actually like it too because I think that once the pandemic is over, that there's still going to be a lot of people doing virtual meetings for work. So I think that this could be one that actually is legit as fuck and sticks around so that we're not awkward all the time.
I hope that this becomes an actual thing. I know it was just made as like a funny internet item, but it was genius. You like pull it and it pushes something and then it does some code in your computer. And
so
then
smart.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, this is the funniest thing I've seen in a long time.
I think that's my favorite one, to be honest with you. But those are my pandemic inventions that I was just really curious about because I've been thinking about them a lot lately. I think more and more people are still making new inventions that have to do with the pandemic because they don't think it's actually going to end anytime soon, which I get. But it's just so interesting to think about the creative ways people have put together new ideas for this time. And it's like, will they last though?
Right.
Or are they just a fleeting for now moment?
That's like all the companies that have had to pivot and do completely different things because their business is not. So those are the kinds of people that I want to surround myself with, right? Like the people that have taken their business and adapted it to 2020 and either turned it into something else or done something to offer some sort of something else to make it more pandemic friendly, right? Like rather than the businesses that are just like, well, sorry.
Nothing we can
Shit out of
do.
luck. Right.
Yeah. Stupid. I hope, though, out of all of the new things with the pandemic, I do not want virtual concerts to stick around.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, obviously just not the same.
I mean, I get why we're doing it for now, and that's fine, and I'll support it. But once the pandemic's done, please just have live music. And I just want a concert. I actually think that what I'm going to do is get on a plane, go somewhere, eat indoors, and then go to a concert. Once
great.
this is all done. I miss
Sounds
concerts
awesome.
so much.
I don't.
Yeah, well, you weren't really a concert goer to begin with.
I know. Isn't that weird, though? Because I love music, like absolutely love music. And I love the idea of concerts.
The concept of concerts.
It's just too many people for me. Like, it's just way too many people.
But that's what I love about it is that there's so many people all together in the same moment feeling the same way and you're all bonding over that same moment and that feeling of the same way. It's just so fucking cool.
I mean, right. I get that. Like, the energy in a concert is like you don't find that anywhere else because everybody's there who for the same reason because you
and everybody's
like this
so
person.
different and you would never
Right.
expect some of these people to like this kind of music or, you know.
Yeah.
You may expect them to not be that into it because they're this or whatever or that. And then you're like, oh, cool. We're all together on this one thing that we all like.
One day.
Oh, I miss it so much.
There is a problem, though, that I have, speaking of pandemic things.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people have been getting the vaccine recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
They need to stop posting pictures of needles in people's arms because squeamish people, it's not good.
Does it make
Every
you
time, oh my God,
nervous?
it makes me so, no, it doesn't make me nervous. It just makes me like kind of nauseous.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I
It's like
mean,
when- it's
I
like
get
when
it
people
to
would
an
post
extent.
pictures of them getting a coronavirus test. Like nobody wants to see the fucking swab up your nose. Like
Yeah, I never
you
really
can
got
post
that.
that you got the test, but why are you posting them sticking it all the way up your nose? Nobody wants to see that. And it's the same thing with the vaccine. Like if you get the vaccine, that's fucking awesome and like good for you, but don't post a picture of a needle in your arm.
yeah, I don't know. It doesn't freak me out that much, but I get it because giving blood freaks me out a lot and it makes me very nervous and it gets me very anxious and I pass out or throw up when I give blood if I really think about it. So I understand the idea of being squeamish about something like that, but like needles don't bother me. So shots or watching somebody else give blood or anything like that doesn't freak me out. It's only when it's me giving blood.
Really?
Yeah, only me. Like I can watch you. Literally, I
that's
could sit with you as they pump blood out of you for 3 hours, and I wouldn't think anything of it. I'm like, cool, whatever. Or you can get a shot, and I'd be like, whatever. Like none of those things bother me. It's just when it's me. I don't like seeing the blood that should be inside of my body, not inside of my body, and in a little baggie or in a little tube. Like that just freaks me out. It makes me very anxious.
Yeah, it freaks me out if it's me or somebody else. Like the feeling that you get when it's you, that's how I feel when it's anybody.
Okay, yeah, that's why I'm saying. Like I can get it. I just personally don't feel that way.
Yeah, so these whole like watch people get the vaccine kind of thing, no thank you.
Also, it's kind of crazy to watch people get vaccines that don't even think that this virus is a real thing and they're still getting vaccines. But that's a whole other thing that will be another 5 hours on this podcast.
Well, if you want to touch on that real fast, I found, what was
because
it?
we've also just, disclaimer, I've said that I don't plan on getting it because I have a lot of underlining health issues that I don't know how it interacts with that yet. So I'm not in line to get one.
You don't plan on getting it yet?
Not yet.
You're going to get it
I
eventually.
want to. Yeah. I am not an anti-vaxxer by any means. I'm like, yo, if it's going to help me, pump it inside of me. Like, I'm good with that.
So I don't want to get too much into this, but I saw this tweet. I was literally tweeting it before we started and then I stopped. It was like
so funny.
Where we started. Yeah, it was like where we started and where we're at now. So the where we started was this picture, and it said Joni Ernst suggests doctors are faking COVID-19 deaths to make money. Okay, and then the where we're at now was her getting the vaccine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's fucking annoying.
This argument of doctors are faking the numbers to get money, I've heard from so many people in my life that I would never expect to believe something like this. And I was like, where is this coming from? Like, where are you getting this stupid fucking idea? And then it's coming from this woman, Joni Ernst.
So I will say I'm somewhat of a conspiracy theorist in a lot of ways, and I don't trust anyone. But I mean, the fact of the matter is that people are getting sick, and whether they're fudging that ever so slightly or not does not defeat the idea. Like, that doesn't override the idea that people are very clearly getting sick and we still need help right now. You know what I mean?
I don't think the numbers are 100% accurate. But that's the thing, is they take that info and they're like, oh, that means it's not a problem. Like, sure, the numbers might be fake, but it doesn't mean that it's not a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. All right.
Well, we will end the podcast on a happy note because we get our asses in that shower. You stink.
Yes. Actually, I'm like surprised you could smell that from there because I do.
All right, get your ass in the shower. Are you ready?
It's so nice to end with this because I like just so calm in the shower with you.
It never doesn't freak me out the things you say before shower thoughts.
It's just so nice. Like just the water. It's like, it's great. Frankie, what are you thinking in the shower?
So I'm thinking Christmas themed shower thought. You know how in The Grinch he has a dog named Max?
No, but okay.
Did you never watch The Grinch?
No, I did, but I like don't remember it.
He has a dog named Max. He's adorable.
Okay.
So my issue is that if he has a dog named Max and everything that he has in his like cave is all stuff that was in the trash, that means one douchebag Who from Whoville threw out Max.
What?
He had to throw him out in order for him to get to his cave because his cave is on the dumpster like mountain. Everything that he has is things that all the Whos throw out. So that means that somebody threw him out. That's the only reason why the Grinch would ever have him.
That's so sad.
It's fucked up.
Why would somebody throw out the dog?
I don't know, because people are mean and they're idiots. I hope they're arrested from the Who police.
That makes me sad.
What are you thinking, Jake? Let's get a little happier.
You know, the people that make how-to videos are like the greatest members of society. You ever think about that?
Because they just know everything?
Because anytime you're like, how do I do this or how to do this, they have the answer. What would you do without these people? These people are like the people in society that we need most.
You're right. I Google how to do almost everything in life.
Yeah.
And I almost always watch a how-to video on how to do it.
That's my other problem is people that make how-to videos on something that could have been 15 seconds and they make it a 9-minute video. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
give a shit
problem.
about your dog and how you and your dog went on a walk and then you discovered how to do this. Just tell me how to do the fucking thing.
It's like the recipes on Pinterest where they tell you their entire fucking life story before they tell you what the fucking recipe is. And there's all these
Any
ads that you have to
recipe.
keep Xing out
Yes.
of
Oh
as
my
you're
God.
scrolling, and you're like, holy shit. All I want to know is how to make this goddamn recipe. I
you're
want
like,
to make
where?
some chicken wontons. That's it. Fuck,
Where
man.
are the ingredients? And you keep scrolling down, but you can't get to the bottom.
And you get to the point where you're like, are there even ingredients on this recipe? Did they just not put the ingredients?
You're like, I'm just trying to preheat my oven. What do I preheat it to? And you won't tell me. You just tell me about the time you and your husband made this.
Infuriating. I'm actually getting red in the face because I'm getting mad about it.
I'm hot. Just tell me how to make the food. But yeah, the how-to videos, those people are just the greatest members of society.
I'm with you. I never thought of it that way, but you're right. We'd be lost without them. So thank you
Yep.
to the how-toers.
Thank you. This one's for you.
One's for you.
This one? This episode? This is
Right
for you.
here, it's all
Yep.
for you. Just you.
Don't forget that you can follow us at 20SDN Podcast. And thank you to the people that listened to last week's episode and texted us at 201-588-5139.
All the
and sent us
doggos.
pictures of your dogs in clothes because randomly my phone would vibrate and it would just be a picture of a dog in clothes and I would be very confused. And then I remembered that we asked for that on last week's episode.
Oh, it would make me so happy. I would always be like, oh my God, this is what I needed.
So thank you for that. And what else? Twitter at 20SDN Podcast, and share us with a friend so that we can keep doing this and make fun things and keep you company.
Hell yeah. Also, if you want to rate and review us on iTunes, do that because you have to give us 5 stars though. Otherwise, don't do it. But we need the ratings. Keep them coming.
Our reviews are lit.
I know. I love our reviews.
Like,
They make me really
damn.
happy.
Like, I wish my friends thought of me this highly. Because
Same.
then I would probably have more friends.
Wait, I wonder, can we do a review page for ourselves from our friends?
That would be funny. We should do it
And
on
then
next
we'll read
week's
them on the
episode.
podcast. We'll have
I
our
love
friends
that.
like rate and review us.
Love it.
Okay, amazing. So that'll be
That's
next
funny.
week when we catch you then.
See you later.
Bye.
That's
See,
actually
this is-
really funny.
This is the awkward part now because now I'm like, oh my God.